Hello students, I am SANGEETA Tyagi from DAV Public School, Bijwiyar. The topic of my presentation is Chemical Substances and Process of Class 7th. And the subtopics are Balancing of Chemical Equations, Types of Chemical Reactions. The objective of balancing of chemical equations are to engage students in active, constructive, intentional, authentic and cooperative learning. And the learning outcomes are identify what substances are reactants and what substances are the products in a chemical reaction, count atoms in a given chemical formula. Students will be able to understand how chemical reactions are balanced using coefficients, read and understand a balanced chemical equation, and students can be able to write and balance chemical equations. Now, let's start with the digital simulation for balancing chemical equations. As we all know that during this pandemic situation from last year, we are switching over to virtual mode of learning. So today I am going to explain you about balancing of chemical equation using digital simulation. Now, what is balanced chemical equation? Balanced chemical equation is that equation in which number of atoms of each element on the reactant side and on the product side should be same, and the reaction should be stable. Now, first of all, try to understand this reaction. Reaction is N2 plus H2, it gives NH3. What does it mean? It means that two atoms of nitrogen gas and two atoms of hydrogen gas forms ammonia gas. NH3 is ammonia gas which contains one atom of nitrogen and three atoms of hydrogen. Now students, let's observe this reaction. In this reaction, N2 and H2 are on the left hand side of the reaction. So these are the reactants, and NH3 is on the right hand side of the reaction. So this is the product side. When we observe this reaction, on the reactant side there are two atoms of nitrogen, and on the product side there is only one atom of nitrogen. So this equation is not balanced. So let's try to learn balancing of this equation with the help of this digital simulation. Now let's see, this is the drop down. It has two options and we will select this above option, this balance. This balance, which is on the left hand side, this balance shows that number of nitrogen atoms on the reactant side and number of nitrogen atoms on the product side, and this balance shows number of hydrogen atoms on the reactant side and on the product side. And with the help of these arrows, we can increase or decrease the number of molecules. Let's start. Now it has become 1. This 1 shows that one molecule of nitrogen contains two atoms of nitrogen. See these two blue balls? These two blue balls is the one molecule of nitrogen and it contains two atoms of nitrogen. See this balance, there are two atoms of nitrogen on the reactant side. When we move towards on the right hand side, that is product side, and if I click here, again one has come, and this shows that one molecule of ammonia contains one atom of nitrogen and 3 atoms of hydrogen. When we see this picture, there is one blue ball, means one atom of nitrogen, and 3 ones are 3, 1, 2, 3. So these are the 3 atoms of hydrogen. And when we see this balance, there is 3 balls, and these 3 balls shows that these are the 3 atoms of hydrogen. But for our time being, we will forget about hydrogen, because first of all we will balance nitrogen on both the sides. Now when we see this balance, see here, there are 2 atoms of nitrogen on the reactant side and 1 atom of nitrogen on the product side. So we will increase this number from the product side. Again, when I click here, 2, and you see that nitrogen is balanced on both the sides, that is on the reactant side and also on the product side. But when we see this balance, you see here, there are 6 atoms of hydrogen. So, and see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the 6 atoms of hydrogen. So we will increase the number of hydrogen atoms from the reactant side. When I click here, 1, 2 ones are 2, then see there are 2 atoms of hydrogen. It is not balanced. Again, I will increase the number, 2 to the 4. Again the balance, it is not balanced, hydrogen atoms are not balanced. Then again we try 3, 3 to the 6. Now see, the number of hydrogen atoms are also balanced on the reactant side and on the product side. In this way, this equation is balanced, and to make the reaction stable, the equation, all the chemical equations should be balanced. We can try some more reactions like this reaction. This reaction shows decomposition of water. H2O decomposes into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. So with the help of this simulation, you can practice this balancing of this equation. There is one more equation. So students, you can learn this complex topic of balancing with the help of this digital simulation. And one more thing I want to tell you, that there is one very interesting game in this simulation, and with the help of this game you can learn this topic in a very fun manner. Now the second subtopic is types of chemical reactions, and the objectives are, students will be able to understand the difference between different types of chemical reactions like combination reaction, decomposition reaction and displacement reaction. And students will be able to identify the type of reaction and predict the products of these 3 types of reactions. And the learning outcomes are, make observations of chemical reactions and categorize them, recognize when a chemical change takes place, and students can be able to perform a combination, decomposition and displacement reactions. Now let us perform an activity on first type of reaction, that is combination reaction. What is combination reaction? When two or more than two chemical substances that combine together, they form a new substance. And this type of reaction is called combination reaction. Now, I am going to demonstrate one activity, and the materials required for this activity are magnesium ribbon. This is magnesium ribbon, pair of tongs, sandpaper, candle and petri dish. First of all, we will clean the surface of this magnesium ribbon with the help of sandpaper, because there is a layer of oxide on this magnesium ribbon. Now I am going to scratch this magnesium ribbon with the help of sandpaper and cleaning its surface. Now see, the surface starts cleaning and there is shiny magnesium ribbon in front of you. Let's ignite this magnesium ribbon on the flame and observe what will happen. See, this burns with a glowing flame, white glowing flame. And some new substances formed. Magnesium ribbon changes into white ash. Again, I am repeating this activity and see, observe what is going on. That magnesium ribbon changes into white ash. It means that some new substance is formed. When we burn magnesium ribbon in the presence of oxygen, it burns with a white glowing flame and converts into white ash. Now let's see, what is this white ash? What is the reaction? Magnesium plus oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. This is magnesium oxide. Second type of reaction is decomposition reaction. What is decomposition reaction? It is a type of reaction in which two or more than two products are formed from a single reactant. Now let's take an example. This is the formula of hydrogen peroxide, H2O2. This is hydrogen peroxide solution and it's a mild chemical which we use in our daily life. It has many uses. It is used to sanitize beauty and manicure tools and refrigerators, household cleaning and as a disinfectant. Now, how it gets decomposed? If the bottle of hydrogen peroxide remained open and it is exposed to light, see, I am putting some amount of hydrogen peroxide and if it is exposed to light. Now we will take a spoon and we will try to measure the level of hydrogen peroxide and keep it for some time. What happens? When it is exposed to light, it gets decomposed because the built-up oxygen gets released and the totally decomposed hydrogen peroxide is nothing, it remains as water. See the reaction? H2O2 is hydrogen peroxide, and when it gets decomposed, it becomes water and oxygen is released. So this is decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. Now let's perform an activity on displacement reaction. What is displacement reaction? Displacement reaction is reaction in which one element displaces another element from a compound. Now I am going to perform an activity, and the materials required are copper sulfate. These are the blue crystals, these are the crystals of copper sulfate. Iron nail tied with a thread, water and test tubes. Now we will take this test tube and put some crystals of copper sulfate in this test tube. Put 50 ml of water to make a solution of copper sulfate. It will take some time to dissolve copper sulfate in water. See, blue colored solution is formed and the crystals of copper gets dissolved in water. Still some crystals left. Now this copper sulfate solution is formed, which is blue in color. Take this iron nail tied with the thread and put this iron nail in this solution. And we will keep this setup for 20 minutes, and after 20 minutes we observe that iron, being more reactive, displaces copper from copper sulfate solution, and the copper gets deposited on this iron nail, and the iron nail turns brown in color, and after some time this blue color solution changes to green. Why it changes to green? Because a new compound is formed, that is iron sulfate. See this reaction? Fe is a symbol of iron. This is CuSO4, copper sulfate, and iron displaces copper from this copper sulfate and it forms iron sulfate. The color of iron sulfate is green in color, and there is coating of brown coating of copper on iron nail. So the solution, it becomes like this. After 20 minutes we will observe that, see this nail, there is brown coating of copper on iron nail and it changes into copper sulfate. The color of copper sulfate changes to green because there is formation of iron sulfate. So this is the experiment so that we can demonstrate about displacement reaction. Now we will discuss about some examples of types of reactions which we observe in our daily life. First, this is coal, and you know that we use coal for ironing clothes, and if we burn this coal in the presence of oxygen, See, I am burning this coal in the presence of oxygen and a gas starts producing, and this gas is carbon dioxide gas. When we burn coal in the presence of oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide. C is carbon plus oxygen and it forms CO2, and this type of reaction is called combination reaction because two or more than two reactants, they form a compound. So such type of reactions are called combination reaction. Let's take one more example. This is a piece of iron and you see, observe this piece of iron, it is coated with some brown substance. What is this brown substance? This brown substance is rust, and rust is formed when iron is exposed to moisture and oxygen. And you know that rusted iron cannot be attracted towards the magnet. So what type of reaction is this? See in this picture, Fe is iron plus oxygen and water. It forms FeOH3 is ferrous hydroxide, and because in this reaction two or more than two reactants, they form a compound, and this is also called combination reaction. Now let's see, there is one more thing which we use in our daily life. This is baking powder, and the formula of baking powder is NaHCO3, sodium hydrogen carbonate. It has many uses in our daily life, but I am telling you one more use. When there is acidity in our stomach, we drink solution of this sodium hydrogen carbonate, and it neutralizes the acid which is produced in our stomach, and it forms sodium chloride and carbonic acid. And see, in this reaction, hydrogen is displaced by sodium and sodium chloride is formed. So this is displacement reaction. And the last example is, this is soda water bottle, and you all know that in all the carbonated drinks, one gas is present which is dissolved on all these drinks, and I think all of you know the name of this gas. Now let's see what type of gas is this. See these bubbles, and these bubbles are of which gas? Yes, carbon dioxide gas. That carbon dioxide gas gets dissolved in water and it forms carbonic acid. So in this reaction, what happens? This carbonic acid, H2CO3, formula of carbonic acid is H2CO3, it gets decomposed to carbon dioxide and water, and this type of reaction is called decomposition reaction. So dear students, there are so many examples which we observe different type of reactions in our daily life. Thank you.